Hello, everyone, and happy Pride Month. My name is Sol, and today I'm going to talk about some LGBTQ plus books recommendations that you can read this June or any time of the year. Like my other recommendation videos I've done this year, I'm going to go by category, so hopefully one of these books strike your interest. Remember to like and subscribe, and let's get on to it. For sci fi, I recommend The Mimicking of Known Successes by Malcolm Alder, which is a novella. This book is a sapphic Holmesian mystery set on Jupiter and is the first book in the Mosa and Pleiades series. The second book came out this year called The Imposition of Unnecessary Obstacles. I'm here for Malcolm Older, bringing back short little pocket mysteries. It's nice and short. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I hope there's plenty more to come from her in this series. My next recommendation is also a novella, and it's in the category of fantasy, and that is The Bruising of Qilwa by Nassim Jamnia. From Goodreads, in this intricate debut fantasy introducing a queer normative Persian-inspired world, a non-binary refugee practitioner of blood magic discovers a strange disease that causes political rifts in their new homeland. This book gives you magic, medicine, and politics in less than 200 pages. Again, another short one. You'll get right through it. The next book is in the category of mystery thriller, and that is They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. Trigger warning for this book, there is sexual assault and violence. From Goodreads, Scarlett Clark is an exceptional English professor, but she's even better at getting away with murder. Every year, she searches for the worst man at Gorman University and plots his well deserved demise. Thanks to her meticulous planning, she's avoided drawing attention to herself, but as she's preparing for her biggest kill yet, the school starts probing into the growing body count on campus. Determined to keep her enemies close, Scarlett insinuates herself into the investigation and charms the woman in charge, Dr. Mina Pierce. Everything's going according to her master plan until she loses control with her latest victim, putting her secret life at risk of exposure. Meanwhile, Gorman student Carly Schiller is just trying to survive her freshman year. Finally free of her emotionally abusive father, all Carly wants is to focus on her studies and fade into the background. Her new roommate has other ideas. Allison Hadley is cool and confident, everything Carly wishes she could be, and the two girls quickly form an intense friendship. So when Allison is sexually assaulted at a party, Carly becomes obsessive with making the attacker pay and turning her fantasies about revenge into a reality. This is going to sound weird, but one thing I really liked about this book is that the chapters were really short, so it gave the reading experience a certain type of pace. It also plays into the fantasy every woman has had about men really paying for some of the awful things that they do to women. It's one of those things of like, if in a perfect world, men would actually pay for the stuff that they do, but it's not a perfect world. But in a book, it can be. For YA, my recommendation is The Love and Lies of Ruksana Ali by Sabina Khan. From Goodreads, 17-year-old Ruksana Ali tries her hardest to live up to her conservative Muslim parents' expectations, but lately she's finding that harder and harder to do. She rolls her eyes instead of screaming when they blatantly favor her brother, and she dresses conservatively at home, saving her crop tops and makeup for parties her parents don't know about. Luckily, only a few more months stand between her carefully monitored life in Seattle and her new life at Caltech, where she can pursue her dream of becoming an engineer. But when her parents catch her kissing her girlfriend Ariana, all of Rakshana's plans fall apart. Her parents are devastated. Being gay may as well be a death sentence in the Bengali community. They immediately whisk Rakshana off to Bangladesh, where she is thrown headfirst into a world of an arranged marriage and tradition. Only through reading her grandmother's old diary is Ruksana able to gain some much needed perspective. Ruksana realizing she must find the courage to fight for her love, but she can do so without losing everyone and everything in her life. This book gets really sad at different moments, and I don't think it is too much of a spoiler to say the person she is arranged married to in Bangladesh is also queer himself. So to see these two queer Muslim young adults try to navigate their family, faith, and culture was very interesting. Now on to YA fantasy. I recommend Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan, or Ngan. I'm not really sure how to pronounce her last name. Let me know down in the comments below. From Goodreads, each year 8 beautiful girls are chosen as paper girls to serve the king. It's the highest honor they could hope for and the most demeaning. This year there's a ninth, and instead of paper, she's made of fire. Gotta love YA descriptions. In this richly developed fantasy, Lei is a member of the Paper Caste, the lowest and most persecuted class of people in Akara. She lives in a remote village with her father, where the decades-old trauma of watching her mother snatched by royal guards for an unknown fate still haunts her. Now the guards are back, and this time it's Lei they're after, the girl with the golden eyes whose rumored beauty has piqued the king's interest. Over weeks of training in the opulent but oppressive palace, Lei and 8 other girls learn the skills to charm and befit a king's consort. There, she does the unthinkable. She falls in love. Her forbidden romance becomes enmeshed with an explosive plot that threatens her world's entire way of life. Lei, still the wide-eyed country girl at heart, must decide how far she's willing to go for justice and revenge. I'm always here for an East Asian period piece political drama, and this one delivered for me with some fantasy elements. Last but not least, for general fiction, I recommend Call Me by Your Name by Andre Aciman. I absolutely loved this film, and after I watched it, I decided to read the book. Go watch Michael Stuhlbarg's incredible acting at the end of the film when he's speaking to his son, played by Timothy Chalamet, and try to tell me you didn't feel that. I don't know if it's because I read the book shortly after watching the movie that the both are kind of combined in my head as being great, but the book hit just as much as the movie did for me. So I think you can do either. Watch the movie, read the book, do both. They're both great. From Goodreads, Call Me by Your Name is the story of a sudden and powerful romance that blossoms between an adolescent boy and a summer guest at his parents' cliffside mansion on the Italian Riviera. Unprepared for the consequences of their attraction, at first each feigns indifference. But during the restless summer weeks that follow, unrelenting, buried currents of obsession and fear, fascination and desire intensify their passion as they test the charge ground between them. What grows from the depths of their spirits is a romance of scarcely 6 weeks' duration and an experience that marks them for a lifetime. For what the two discover on the Riviera and during a sultry evening in Rome is the one thing both already fear they may never truly find again: total intimacy. Those are my recommendations for Pride Month. Let me know down in the comments below which book you're most interested in, or let me know books that you're currently reading for Pride Month. I want to know. As always, remember to like and subscribe for more bookish content, movie content, TV content, all the content, and see you next time.